In our journey through life, we often find ourselves torn between two powerful forces, the ego and the soul. Many want to blame unseen evil forces from without for all our conflicts, and they call it sin. But it is just the programmed belief systems of your true self within. These two aspects of our being shape our thoughts, actions, and the way we interact with the world. Understanding the difference between the ego and the soul is crucial for achieving inner peace, true fulfillment, and living a life aligned with our higher purpose. Twisdomology trademark, Time and Wisdom, offers a transformative approach to mastering this inner conflict, guiding us toward a life led by the soul rather than dominated by the ego. The nature of the ego. The ego is the part of us that is deeply rooted in the material world. It is our sense of self-importance, often driven by fear, lack, and a desire for control. The ego seeks to protect us, but in doing so, it can become pushy, forceful, and negative. It is the voice in our head that tells us we are not enough, that we need more success, more recognition, more possessions to feel fulfilled. The ego thrives on comparison, judgment, and the need to be right, often leading us down a path of discontent and anxiety. In psychoanalytic theory, the ego plays a critical role in mediating the demands of the ID, our primal desires, the superego, our moral compass, and reality. It helps us organize our thoughts, set goals, and navigate the complexities of life. However, the ego is not the real you. It is a construct that we have built to navigate the world, but it often leads us away from our true nature. Key characteristics of the ego. Control. The ego is all about controlling outcomes, people, and situations. It fears the unknown and clings to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. Fear. The ego is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. This fear drives us to make decisions that are not aligned with our true selves. Negativity. The ego tends to focus on the negative, constantly reminding us of our shortcomings and what we lack. Pride. The ego is concerned with name, fame, and status. It seeks validation from external sources rather than from within. The nature of the soul. In contrast to the ego, the soul is the part of us that is connected to something greater. It is our inner wisdom, our higher self, the source of love, bliss, and true wisdom. The soul speaks to us in soft whispers and gentle nudges, encouraging us to follow a path of authenticity and purpose. Unlike the ego, the soul is not driven by fear or the need for control. It is accepting of what is and trusts in the unfolding of life. The soul seeks to connect us to our true purpose, guiding us toward actions that are in harmony with our deepest values. It is not concerned with material success or external validation, but with the fulfillment that comes from living a life of meaning and love. Key characteristics of the soul. Acceptance. The soul is accepting of life as it is, understanding that everything happens for a reason and in divine timing. Love. The soul operates from a place of love, not fear. It encourages us to be kind, compassionate, and generous. Wisdom. The soul is the source of our inner wisdom, guiding us to make decisions that are aligned with our true nature. Connection. The soul seeks connection with others and the universe. It understands that we are all part of a greater whole, and that our actions impact the world around us. The conflict between ego and soul. The tension between the ego and the soul creates much of the inner conflict we experience in life. The ego pulls us toward fear-based decisions, while the soul gently guides us toward love and wisdom. This battle within can leave us feeling confused, anxious, and unfulfilled. The ego's desire for control and its fear of the unknown can prevent us from listening to the soul's wisdom. When we allow the ego to dominate, we may achieve external success, but it often comes at the cost of inner peace and true fulfillment. The soul, on the other hand, invites us to surrender to the flow of life, to trust in a higher power, and to live from a place of authenticity. The pitfall of exclusive ologies. In the world of self-improvement, many philosophies and practices, what we might call ologies, often promote exclusivity. They create a sense of belonging to an elite group, a select few who are deemed worthy of understanding the secrets to success, enlightenment, or happiness. This exclusivity feeds the ego, reinforcing the idea that only a chosen few can access the highest truths or the most effective practices. But this is where twisdomology differs. Twisdomology is not about exclusivity, it is about inclusivity. It recognizes that true wisdom, love, and purpose are not reserved for an elite few. They're accessible to everyone, regardless of background, status, or circumstance. Twisdomology embraces the collective human experience, inviting all to join in the journey towards soul fulfillment and authentic living. Twisdomology, the perfect ology for all. Twisdomology stands as the perfect ology because it bridges the gap between the ego and the soul, offering a path to mastery that is available to all. It teaches us to balance the demands of the ego with the wisdom of the soul, creating harmony within and around us. Unlike other exclusive practices, twisdomology is rooted in the belief that everyone can access their true potential and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Why twisdomology is the answer. Integration. Twisdomology integrates the lessons of both the ego and the soul, allowing us to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Inclusivity. Twisdomology is for everyone. It does not discriminate based on status, wealth, or background. Its principles are universal, designed to bring about transformation for anyone who is willing to embrace them. Empowerment. Twisdomology empowers us to take control of our lives by aligning our actions with our true purpose, leading to a life of fulfillment and success. Conclusion. The all-inclusive path to true wisdom. In a world where the ego often dominates, leading to stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction, twisdomology stands as the perfect ology for those seeking to live a life of meaning and joy. It teaches us that we are not here to be controlled by our fears or to accumulate material wealth at the expense of our soul. Instead, we are here to align with our true nature, to live from a place of love, wisdom, and purpose. We want wisdom from above. It is pure, peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere. James 3:17. By embracing twisdomology, we can transcend the limitations of the ego and step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. It is the path to true success, not just in the external world, but within us. The time is now. Listen to the whispers of your soul and let twisdomology guide you to your highest potential. Join the inclusive journey of twisdomology today and discover the power of living in alignment with your soul. See www.defalco.com and connect with Fred DeFalco.